Chemtrails over Missoula.
See how it starts clear over to the left and goes clear across over here?
Uh-huh. You notice the parallel configurations.
Yeah. Their house on the back over there.
Okay.
Over there.
Okay. He's running through the sky. Chemtrails over Montana. Chemtrails over the sky. Chemtrails over Missoula.
Oh, there it is.
I got it. Chemtrails over Missoula. Chemtrails over the sky. Chemtrails over Missoula. Well, you must park.
Should remember this.
I haven't been asked, but don't expect to be asked.
But would you like to serve in government again?
That's a possibility. But I have absolutely no designs. No, I'm not.
To the Argus leader in South Dakota, quote, "It's true that we were once close to bringing John McCain into the Democratic caucus. There are many who can verify that." John McCain almost became a Democrat?
Well, never a Democrat, but an independent. He was so angry at the way he was treated and the problems he had with the Bush administration in 2001, Tim, that he came to us and said, "Look, I'm seriously considering becoming an independent and caucusing with you. Let's talk about it." And we did.
Aligning himself with the Democrats in the Senate.
Exactly.
Then how can you run against him as a Bush third term?
Well, because in the course of that period, from 2001 to 2008, that's exactly what's happened. He's become a very ideologic advocate for the Bush policies on Iraq, on the economy, on tax policy, on domestic policy, across the board. He is espousing the Bush policies. He's changed a lot since 2001.
Why?
Well, I think because he felt he needed to do that to win the nomination.
On Wednesday or Tuesday night, if Barack Obama has the 2,118 delegates in his pocket, will he say, "I'm going to be the nominee"?
I think we're going to have to wait and see just how this plays out. As I said, we fully expect superdelegates to come forward. I think you're going to see at the end of this week a definitive moment where he will have surpassed that number. How he addresses the circumstances depends on the circumstances.
Will we see Senator Obama and Senator Clinton embrace this week?
I think we're going to see Senator Clinton and Senator Obama embrace. I don't know when that will be. It could be this week. It could be next week. There's going to be a unified Democratic Party, Tim. You can count on it.
We'll be watching. Senator Tom Daschle, thank you for joining us and sharing your views, and we'll be right back.
Partners in the U.S. and through member firms worldwide. Grant Thornton. Find out what it's like to work with people who love what they do.
Do you own an oil company? Well, if you have mutual funds or a pension or other investments, chances are you do. Learn more. Visit energytomorrow.org.
How's the family? Parents, my dad still believes in a company pension plan. I told him he needs to take responsibility for his own retirement planning. They don't listen. I've told my mom 1,000 times. Without the proper internet liability coverage, her business is vulnerable. Mention the benefits of index universal life insurance. My parents look at me like I got two heads. My parents with AIG. Yeah!
AIG Companies, the strength to be there.
Does this mustache make me look older?
It's a lovely day to be together. I doubt that life could get any better.
What are you gonna miss when you have an allergy attack? Benadryl is more effective than the leading allergy medicine at relieving your worst symptoms like runny nose, sneezing, and watery eyes, and works when you need it most. Benadryl, you can't pause life.
Why is it so hard to save money? This is America. We save everything. Rusty old tractors, funny-looking dogs, bottles, bees, all this stuff. The least we can do is save a few bucks. Bank of America makes it easy. With money market accounts and risk-free CDs. Plus, keep the change. Has put over $1 billion in savings accounts. Come on. We save the bald eagle, the redwoods, 500,000 tons of strawberries. Let's save some money. You can with Bank of America. Bank of Opportunity.
Where do Americans get 2/3 of the oil and natural gas we rely on? North America. Surprise? Learn more. Visit energytomorrow.org.
That's all for today. Watch MSNBC this afternoon for results of the Puerto Rico Democratic primary. Keith Overman, Chris Matthews. And then all day Tuesday, continuing coverage of the Montana and South Dakota primaries.
Yeah, all the kitties.
I'm filming them. They're right there.
Bandit, I've been trying to give him more attention lately because I think he's jealous of all the other cats. So yesterday I even brushed him and did, you know, had him on my lap for a while and got, you know, and everything. And I've been just trying to be nice to him because he's such an irritating little thing. He's just so... He jumped up on the bed last night and Fitzpatrick and Speedy Baby were on one side and Malcolm was laying on me. And he jumped up there and he like just the most scathing look I've ever seen at me because I have the other cats up there. You know, it was... But I made room for him and petted him for a while and he lay down, so... He was fine. He likes to sleep on by my feet. And so I just sleep sideways. I know, this is really strange, so... And I know he's getting older, and so I try to take that into consideration. And, he's doing fine now. He misses me, though. But he is really purry and stuff now. When you pick him up or pet him, he always purrs now. He's like when you were home. Yeah. So, anyway, he's doing well. Well, it's good that they have fun, you know. It's good that they like their environment. I know, doesn't it amaze you how it like Sylvester is really heavy. God, she eats a ton, and yet she can just fucking go over that fence like nothing. You know, it's like, it's so weird, you know. They can't help it. Well, we tried to pick a nice one for you. That's true too. No. Well, I think that Aziz was around a lot more people too when he was there, so it may have been a right. And people was holding them all the time and stuff, and Gloria has a lot of them. That has something to do with it. Yeah. Daddy always liked to raise kids. Oh yeah, I heard. Oh, did you hear that? Lori said something really strange. Yeah, Lori told me today, so maybe you found out from my ears, I didn't find out from you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who he is. I know, this is like a joke, isn't it? Yeah. No, I wouldn't want to have it. I wouldn't even want to go with a pure pregnancy with you and you could be so fucking high. No.
car is 6 inches wider.
Traction is
Well,
safer.
they really wanted to move the driver farther away from the roll cage. But you can't physically move him inside the car because of the drive shaft. So what they had to do is they had to move the car away from the driver.
And then
So they made the car wider.
Is that better for stability too?
Well, it really doesn't have a lot to do with stability because we still have the exact. I used to take pictures and I download on the internet. You want the picture made? Yeah, right over there, it says 26.
My car. Doggone, I didn't just have to get rid of my big old Dodge truck. I went to a Jeep Wrangler.
I'm sorry, get on that side.
I am too.
Hand up here.
Ooh, are you sure?
You guys are standing up. You want to now on Monday? Go to this website. Follow the instructions. When it asks for a code number, put this number in. Download the picture.
Can you do that for me?
Sure.
I got a friend of mine who's
Southern Hospitality.
You know,
Come on, read the barcode.
Not like waiting for computers, right?
If you don't want to read that one, I'll just get another one out.
well, I see you got it synchronized with your cards and the camera. Cool.
Yeah, this camera, this is the only thing it does.
Oh, I can smell and feel it self-standing.
Well, that made my day.
So that thing does wind up pretty quick, don't it?
But that'd be a hell of a lot of fun to drive.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
I was framing that and you came out and gave us some shirts and Cuervo or something.
Oh yeah, you want other motors he puts out or motors that come along.
How you kid? Yeah. What's going on? It's good to see you again. Inside? $15 an hour here. go get your paycheck at the other place? It's the third time she's called me today. She's always out. She works in the grocery store. She's been working for a local chain. She liked to work for her house. And there's another smaller team also working.
Okay, tell me this. I live at the back end of town in Canada, right underneath Mount Pisgah, in a cabin. It was on 40 acres, so it was a big property. But
his people went back years. He lived out in that area. So yeah, nice to live. I actually lived.
Oh, that was shocking. I should film that too.
Asheville is very similar to Missoula.
Yeah.
Only Asheville has been able to pull off everything that Missoula hasn't.
Oh, really?
It is my favorite place to live.
Size-wise, probably very similar.
Pretty similar. University campus.
Yeah, the university campus. We have a big population. We have Wiggins and Wiggins and every religious group you can think of. We care less just the local. Nobody cares. As long as you do, yes, I get you.
See ya.
Don't work, let's go.
This is June 10th.
Real estate loans of more than $7 million from the same company he's criticizing so strongly just back in April, Countrywide Financial, you know, because Jim Johnson is friends with the company's CEO. You know, and he gets a series of loans that were made available to people, quote, friends of Angelo, the CEO. And he gets these special rates. And Johnson gets, for example, $5 million, a home equity line of credit against a house he buys in Idaho. A 5.25% loan for a $1.3 million home in Palm Desert. A 3.875 loan for a home in D.C. Well, that's change we can believe in. Sounds like the same old politics to me. And the same Barack Obama's out. Well, these are people who are responsible for infecting the economy and helping create the home foreclosure crisis. But I can't vet the vetters. I can't do that. And by the way, he had been out there impugning Senator Clinton for taking money. Jake Tapper, by the way, wrote about this, from Countrywide lobbyists. He went after Hillary for doing this and for allowing a senior campaign advisor to simultaneously do work for Countrywide. And meanwhile, he said, oh, don't ask me that. This is a game people play. Do you realize there could be no scrutiny of Barack Obama? None, zero, zip, nada. And, you know, this is a much larger problem for him because Obama has now set himself up to meet an impossibly high standard. And he's been out there portraying himself as a politician unlike any we've ever seen before. Somebody who is pure and unstained, who can magically bridge the partisan divide and restore civility to politics and turn the page on old politics. In fact, we're seeing that Barack Obama...
Some Icelandic lilies. Not quite sure what that is. We've got rose bushes. Some more violets. Another rose bush. Nice little stone containment. And we got some more over here. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think this is chives. And this is more, I'm not quite sure. But here's more. And over here is some irises. More irises. Nice irises, actually. And there's Fitzpatrick, followed by Bandit. Go on, Bandit, you can go up there. Yeah, there he is. And now we're going to have the confrontation between the two males. Okay, you guys, be nice. The kitties seem to know when I'm filming them. They go and hide. That is so cool. Irises have sprouted. There's the horseradish. I believe this is some kind of peppers, not quite sure. It got watered pretty good this year, that's for sure. Courtesy of God and the storms. I'm not quite sure what's in here, but this cage is to keep the cats away from it. I forgot what it was. And this is a wild rose, which we transplanted and moved over here, and it seems to be growing, which is a good thing. Now we got more green stuff growing. There's some forget-me-nots, I think, back there. And I'm not quite sure what the yellow ones are. I should know. But there's some forget-me-nots in here. More forget-me-nots. Not quite sure what this is, but this is... Not sure what this is. This is the pussy willow tree, quite big. Over here's the juniper tree. Quite tall. A lot taller than it was 20 years ago, that's for sure. More forget-me-nots. I guess we're not going to forget these. A dandelion in there. I believe this is yarrow over here. Been beaten down a little bit. This is the Japanese red oak Summer gave Martha for her birthday, I believe. It's coming up. And the lilac bushes are coming up. So that's good. I'll take the last picture here on this. Will be the red maple. Japanese. These red maple. And more green plants. And more. And I'll take a little shot of this nice little area with the I was born by the river in a little town, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. I'm so tired of living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there in yonder sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Bum, 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 bum. I went to my brother, Boom, 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 boom. I said, brother, brother, help me please. Boom, boom, boom. I went to my mother. I said, Mama, I'm on bended knee. Well, I'm so tired of living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's waiting in yonder sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. I was born by the river in a little tent, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. I was born by the river in a little tent, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change. I know a change is gonna come. I've been so tired of living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there in yonder sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change. I know a change gonna come. That song is dedicated to Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Solomon Burke, Martin Luther King, and every one of the rhythm and blues players that has ever been and ever will be. Thank you.
On this damn problem. You know the price of gas in New Mexico, or down Mexico City, is only $1.47. So Southern California are bringing their gas in there by rail. This is going to come to about 4 more years, and they'll be down to where we can beat the price. It's just a matter of time. Don't make any. My girlfriend just bought one of those Hondas, a second-hand one from the other gal. She got this morning. It's got 100,000, but she has it overhauled. It's just like new. It's got chrome wheels on it. That's Martini. She got it from Jody. She's got a brand new Chevrolet Corvette. You seen it?
Oh yeah.
White. But that little Honda gets about 24 miles to a gallon.
I'm getting 22 miles to the gallon.
I'm looking for one.
My car's getting 22 miles to the gallon. Because I just filled it up and I measured and I worked it out because I pushed the deal. And that's city driving.
Hey, when they
that's
put
stop
that
and go
crop in
city
the
driving.
first
It's
of
not,
June,
yeah.
My mileage just went up 10.
Yeah.
But I got that. I finally run it on. I put on a new distributor because any distributor with more than 12,000 miles is worn out for accuracy. The guy didn't even charge me for it. That guy I'm working for, hey, I figured that if they had me on a payroll, the goddamn government you'd taking out $45 or $50 for insurance. They already taken out $1,000. Did you ever figure out what they charge you for insurance?
Yeah, I think it was about $37 a month.
Yeah.
Last time I looked.
Oh yeah, another thing I'm doing, I'm putting in 4 separate deals so I can run all my water on meters. That'll save me about $100 a month.
Oh yeah. Then you can just figure the cost of the water into the rent.
I figure that's a cool apartment when I get it cleaned up, and it'll be. I got a brand new water heater in there too. I soak my back 3 times a day in hot water. I'm damn spastic. Trying to find that card. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal for a Playboy.
$10 for a whole year, yeah. So what's Steve been up to?
Huh?
What's Steve been up to?
Well, he's been on a Mediterranean cruise to 3
Where'd they go?
$4,000 deal, and he took the whole tribe. He took his son and daughter and his wife. Anybody take his goddamn wife on a cruise?
So where did they go?
He went down to the Mediterranean, through the Panama Canal, and down to just about to that big river in South America.
The Amazon?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that was part of the cruise. They only go up that river 1,000 miles. But then you get into headhunters. Yeah, he's got a bite on that house, he said. But yeah, hey, he's only got a price of $200,000. There's a $400,000 house that repoed. Houses dropped down there 26%. Don't pay to buy a new house. Excuse me, I gotta go.
Okay.
I'll buy you. He's on the 3 golf courses where he lives.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I tell him, don't go spending your goddamn money on housing. Just make him he's got the cash that says he can make a cash offer. I said, get your head out of your goddamn ass. I said, you're just like your goddamn father when it comes to Indians. But he built a 4-car garage down there. It's bigger than this layout here. It's got a wash rack and everything. And his wife, hey, he don't have to worry about money. His wife is running a high school there, gets $60,000 a year. Hey, the only time he sees her is when she comes home at night. But it's still snowing down there. They're having floods just like the Mississippi River.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. But, this housing market, hey, I drove out there. Those houses you showed me, they're I don't see any for sale signs. They must have, that's a hell of a place to live, and they're on big lots too.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of goddamn millionaires in Missoula. Right there every day. The white cars are about 50% of the cars going by my front door. Red in trucks.
Oh yeah.
I gotta quit that goddamn job. I got enough money to last me I had to figure 1 more week.
Well, I think you have a good time doing it though. It keeps you out of the house. It keeps you out of the house.
Huh?
It keeps you out of the house. It gives you something to do.
Yeah. He says he's got one apartment for me, but I don't want to live with those fucking Indians. I have enough of them right here. That's what I call them, right? Fucking Indians, that's what they are. They'll steal your money,
Oh, you know that's not.
I come home
You
several
can't.
times.
You're making a hasty
He gets in my
judgment.
back door there, and he's in the.
You can't.
In
You
my
can't.
garage.
You can't make a hasty judgment like that.
You never. I can see you never had to beat him. You never had to beat him on a daily basis. Hell, it's a great experience. It's just like what happened to Los Angeles Lakers down there last night. They got massacred.
They sure did.
Only vice versa here. But I got this underneath. I got all that cast iron pipe out there.
All right.
My daughter, she got $45 from that junkyard.
Whoa.
It's all 8-foot lengths. I broke them in half with a sledgehammer. And hey, I decided it takes $15 a month to run that pilot light. I might as well leave it. I got a furnace. That furnace works. Just turn it down and leave it run.
Yep.
That's brand new furnace.
Yep.
Well, I can't get anybody that wants to fix it. Did you ever find any furnace man that knew anything about furnaces?
Not lately, no.
Oh, I can get that. I got this furnace running, but I decided to leave it off. Thought my bill dropped down again. Then I pull up. Just disconnecting that TV takes about $5 a month. Then I take plug right here. Here's this card.
Oh, cool.
Shit. Hey, they know I'm a sucker for a pussy. Hey, that Playboy, I think that guy that originally owned it sold it. There it is there.
Oh, okay.
Put that thing way out. If you want something on record, put those goddamn Indians on there and they can sell a movie rights for $1 million a year.
There you go.
I'll say one thing. It's just only owes me 7 days rent, and that's only about right around $100.
I think that's a good deal then.
I didn't even ask her for it. He got a $300 deposit, but he got to shampoo those goddamn rugs. And the oven needs cleaning. The refrigerator needs cleaning. To clean a refrigerator, all these rental units charge $100. But I can rent that thing for $400 easy because rent's, you know what she says she's paying over here? $546 a month. And they don't include the water and the garbage. Yeah. One thing about her, you can at least talk to her. But, and you're right, she didn't leave the key, but I'm going to change that lock to a different lock. They'll never be back anyway. Oh yeah, it's 4 screens. He takes a razor blade. Now, I'll show you what. You never dealt with this, son. Just look at there's where he's cut the screen right there. All 4 screens. The one on the other side is cut clear out. He goes around the screen and cuts it, and then he throws it on the ground. See that? That's it. Bastard. Sure, I could have, but the only way to get him out is call the narco squad. Jesus Christ, about 7 cars showed up. I didn't want, the trouble with getting somebody like cops on, they look up your background too.
So
I might be the only one that gets arrested.
So you better not. There's no point to call anybody anyway.
Yeah, look. You didn't even look at this goddamn screen. That's the way he gets in there, see? He cut it and reached in there and tripped the lock.
Oh, jeez.
But I knew that was my own fault. But that time, hey, what did you get 93 in here? You'll never make it that old anyway.
Probably not.
I give you 2 more years out there. Well, by then my things are getting back to normal and gas will be 85 cents a gallon.
Well, yeah, all we got to do is drill for it, but the left wing, the left wing Marxist Democrats block every time we want to. They don't want us to succeed.
I don't think it'll be an American company. I think it'll be those.
Well, the Chinese are going to start drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, and these idiots don't want us to drill, but they're going to let the Chinese. That's bullshit.
Southern LA, they're hauling gas from down there now.
Yeah, it's a bunch of crap, actually.
Well, it isn't.
The reason, one of the reasons,
all day drive down to Mexico City.
Yeah, one of the reasons that the gas prices are up is because the gas futures are up. It's all a commodities market. People stopped speculating in the stock market, and they started speculating on the commodities, and that's why the price of oil is going up to over $100 a barrel. It's all a bunch of people making money, and the average person can't afford to fill their car. It's all a crock of BS. And I don't see. And then Barack Obama says, "Well, the high prices came up too fast," meaning he wants to charge high prices later on because he's one of these green-weenie Marxist assholes. He's run by a bunch of Marxist old white men that are Marxist.
Hey, I think they're going to get rid of this syphilitic president we got. Things will get back to normal.
I think George Bush was a damn good president for the times. Okay, what would have happened if Al Gore had been president when 9/11 happened? That would have been a clusterfuck.
That's what I'm talking about. They lied. They're just like...
He didn't lie.
Like that Indian. He lied.
He didn't lie. They all thought that shit was there. Jesus.
Yeah, he and the vice president are in the oil business.
Oh, give me a break.
They like that high prices.
No, they don't.
Well, hell, they don't.
No, they don't. Because number one, it costs. They don't get to sell as much. All right.
And there's one country over in Europe, the gas in the last week was 11 cents a gallon, way up in the north end.
Oh, whatever.
There's lots of oil up in the top of the world.
We got more goddamn oil that we haven't even pumped yet. We've discovered we got enough oil. There was a guy on coast to coast.
There's a guy, all the son of a bitch is driving around.
Oh, I know. Everybody's driving around.
That's what they're.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's all a big clusterfuck.
Your son's only smart when he walks.
There you go.
If everybody quit buying gasoline 1 week, the prices would go down to about 65 cents.
That's right.
I've been walking down there lately.
Might as well.
Have a hell of a time. Hey, you notice that lot? He got rid of all those junkers. Now he's got brand new cars.
Oh,
he had a brand new Dodge truck, 9,000 was a Hemi he had. That's what I want. That's 44 miles to a gallon. I asked him, what about the money? He says, you sell more goddamn cars off my lot than I do. I said, well, you put me to work over here. I said, get some goddamn Dodges, get some decent cars. I said, you have those fucking Fords, and I ain't going to buy any foreign cars because the country is going to go into bankruptcy. And that's what's wrong. The average American, he buys that goddamn junk out here where you work, and it's all made in China. I said, I hope you, I know he's got brand new Chevys over there, about half price. You ought to see the cars over there now. They're all new. He moved up to Nevero Hill, that other guy.
Oh, really?
Guys. The world is changing.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't think they're going to pull our troops out of there over there because they do. The Muslims will kill everybody on the continent there.
That's right.
They got the atom bomb. Look what we did to the damn Japs after the war ended. Estimated, we knocked off 2 million of them. And it's probably more like 5 million. But they don't seem to make any difference. They keep. They got. By 2020, China will be 4 billion people. How the hell are you going to feed them? I won't be around though, so I don't worry.
Set up a bunch of sushi hanas.
God, how the hell can you feed that many people? Well, they don't. According to the paper, That last storm killed 80,000 people.
I think it's more than
And the
that.
estimates are there's about 1 million just starved to death. That's a highly populated country in there where that storm hit. Of course, down on the Mississippi, they're having the same problem.
Yeah.
Jesus. The same thing's happening to them guys that happened to L.A. last night. Yeah, they beat them by 39 points. Guys. Well, what do you think? I'll throw that in the garbage? That guy says he can't ever get it clean, that shampooer.
No, I think might just keep it. What the hell?
Yeah.
Keep the other carpet cleaner.
Well, this is a new carpet. That's,
I know. This will
there.
keep this carpet cleaner. You might as well keep it on there.
Steve, put that in when he's...
Yeah.
All I want to do is have... Stevie owns his place for all... I want him to take it over. I want to move up the Yak River behind that bar because they have plug-ins, they have laundry there, they have a grocery store. I want to live... I want to live like you do. I never... I don't think you even got a job out there. I drive by and I never see your car.
That's because I'm in a different parking lot. We have a different parking lot. We don't park in the same lot as the customers.
What you do out there in that parking lot?
What do is, well,
Jesus Christ, the average guy parks his own car.
I'm not parking cars. I'm pushing. I'm
just like my job. I learned that in the military, otherwise I wouldn't know it there. That old guy wants me to work 7 days a week. Shit.
You might as well make some money.
All the money. My son Stevie be on a cruise every week. I'm going to let him learn the hard way. Things are starting to pick. Now my girlfriend's got a new car. She says, "Hey, how would you like to go down to the big old basin? I'll buy the gas, you know." She said, "Well, you want to go down there this weekend?" I said, "Hell no. I don't want to go anywhere." Because they got all these diseases that are floating around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff floating around in the air. People are getting sick.
To travel by air anywhere.
There's this flu thing going around, this abdominal flu thing.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh, I'm better off here than I am in the rest home.
That's for damn sure.
Okay. The trouble is, today's paper, they got one of them restos on a mat. They don't do what they say.
No, they're warehouses for the elderly.
Hey, pay everything.
You pay $3,000 to $4,000, and that's just the first payment. Then they charge you for everything else too. You pay for the food, you pay for the medicine, you pay for the sheets. It's you pay for everything.
Did you ever find any good news in that paper?
Not really. Well, yeah, the good news: Boston won. The Celtics won. That was good news.
Oh, God. Yeah, grapes. $2 a pound. Yeah, it's cheaper for me to eat down here than it is up there with my discounts.
Really?
That bar.
Yeah.
They got other things besides on that menu there.
Oh, that's good.
Yesterday, I went there. Martini fixed me a good meal, and I gave her a $5 tip so she wouldn't take my money. And it was, the problem is with those Meals on Wheels, you don't have any fruit, and I get constipated. Oh, shit. Now look at this, cigarette burns.
Oh, yeah.
This is a... Yeah, well, it serves me right. But I was just wondering if he ever got a place to rent. He was, you know, for 4 months he's been look for a place. I says, go ahead and look. I said, have the guy call me and I'll give him a reference that'll blow his goddamn mind. Shit. So, anyway, well, upstairs apartment, I decided.
Do you realize if Clinton hadn't vetoed the bill to drill oil in Anwar when he was president, we wouldn't have this problem. We could tell the Arabs to kiss our ass.
Oh, I wouldn't, huh?
No, we wouldn't.
Well,
but he vetoed it.
That's right, I wouldn't if I hadn't let those goddamn Indians in here. I'd never had any problem like that.
Well, that's nothing to do with the price of gas.
Hey, he once he paid me 7 months in advance. That
Well,
was
that's
a pretty good deal.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be so nasty. And look at all the good times
The
you
only
had.
reason I let him in is because you brought him over. Otherwise, I'd say fuck you and slam the door in his face.
I'm sorry. He was a good guy, though. He always told you when he couldn't pay for it. He always came up and talked to you.
Maybe I'll tell you this place when I'm seeing you. You'll find out what I'm talking about with that old bitch up there.
Oh, she's a nice lady. What do you mean, that old bitch?
She's pretty nice. She'll give you a good TV.
I know. It was a nice TV.
She's done, but she can be nice when she wants to.
Yes, you can, sure.
So can Jody. Yeah, Mohana she's going to sell her Dodge truck, and she got Jody's car. And Jody took it down to the dealer, and it's just like new. You got those chrome wheels. It's over in the parking lot. You can't tell it from a new. It's just like a brand new car.
Cool.
At the bar over here. You remember Jody?
Yeah, I do.
That took that spot out.
There you go. Any more spots? Where's the other spot?
Hey, this guy over here, you know, to help you out. I just stopped by yesterday. He's out there, and evidently somebody turned him in, and there's guys down there come out there, inspected the place, and closed him up.
Where's
That's second house from the end out here.
What was wrong?
The assisted living.
Oh, that place was an assisted living place?
Nobody wants old people.
They got closed down? They got closed down?
Where? Hey, let's see you go out and tell our boss you're 93 years old and you'll be fired within 5 minutes. That's the way that goddamn store, nobody will hire anybody. I just got the luck's out on this job.
Yeah, you got a job which just fits you. It suits you to a T.
See, all those Lockheed P-38, those motors were tuned up by the same machine he uses.
I'll be damned.
They're TVs is what they are. If I was your age, Jesus Christ, and work 7 days a week, God, I could retire in about a year. He don't take anything out. I told him, I said, if you're going to put me on a payroll, I don't want the job because because of my age, they're going to nip me. They got a lot of deals to get more money out of you. They get more money out of you than you did when you had the other job?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's because I'm getting paid more. I'm making more. I'm getting paid more money than I got paid before.
Well, they're still hooking you on that $3 deal?
Huh?
Oh.
No.
Well, they don't worry. They don't worry about it because you probably got it in the fund. The government can get money out of people who easy. They just take it out of what's coming to them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're a bunch of goddamn crooks, just like the military.
Yeah.
Looks like what do you do? Buy one of those new every month?
No, it's the same camera.
Huh?
It's the same camera.
Oh. Yeah, damn Stevie, I don't know what the hell I finally figured out why he doesn't come back here. His wife and her mother, she sold her house up on the hill and bought a $350,000 house up here. It's a duplex. And it's got a swimming pool. And I think it's jealousy is because just before all this went on, he died. He was up there in the hill mowing the lawn. They found him, he's dead, and the mower was still running. And this is something to do with an intertribal feud. Because, shit, he owns a bunch of property up on Polson. At one time on the south end of the lake, he was in with that Jim Alt. They had about 13 units or condos. And I know damn well he made a lot of money on Polson. Well, I don't blame going on that trip, because when you die, the government will get all the money anyway. That's what George down there, see, George, he made a lot of money. His son got married to an older gal. She was a registered nurse. She's working out here at community. And he told me, he said, what you ought to do with your money is give it to your son and let him have the mess. I says, my son's smart enough to know better. He wouldn't, I know damn well he's never going to take his place over. Boy, he's got his money in the bank down there, and on 9-month CIDs are paying 7%. These are only paying 5%. But I never see the money because he writes check. He just wrote a check for that goddamn Meals on Wheels. God. I wonder where the hell these old people go.
I don't know.
Hey, the best state for old people is Nevada. They don't have any taxes.
That's right.
If you own a house, there's no taxes.
Yep. It's all paid for by the
I know a lot of my
gamblers.
friends moved down there because they don't pay taxes. They don't, and you can go down to any casino and get a meal for $2.
It's hotter than hell, too. The weather's hot. If you can put up with all that heat.
Yeah, the repo right there is the highest in the world.
Well, that whole thing was greed.
Yeah.
The real estate agents made a commission. The investment mortgage companies made a commission. The investment banks made a commission, and then they sold it to other financial entities, and another commission was made, and it was all just a house of cards. It was basically the people that they were selling these mortgages to didn't have the wherewithal to actually pay for them. It was very sad, actually. They were taking advantage of people, making their money, and then the whole thing went south, and they almost lost all the banks. Hell, there would have been really hell to pay if the Fed hadn't backed up a lot of banks, big banks, that could have gone south. They got an influx of billions of dollars to keep them solvent, so they didn't crash. That was a very strange situation. And they all made money on it.
This bank over here, I don't know, there's thought maybe I could sell this to Stevie. They will not make a housing loan unless you have an impeccable record. That means that you never miss one payment,
Well, yeah, but the banks are all up against the wall now.
Yeah. Christ.
They got that 28% annual fee they can get for their credit cards. They should be sitting pretty awfully good, because the banks are making money hands over fist with their credit cards.
I go over and talk to this guy, and
and mortgages.
He don't even give a damn. I said, well, I can rake up over $100,000. I says, what are you going to pay me interest? He says, hell, he says, I am not taking those kind of deals anymore because I get stung on 150 of them in the last 2 years. He has banks in Spokane, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, and 2 up at Pablo.
Huh.
They have 3 banks in Missoula, Community Bank. And he's honest about it. He said that there's 102 banks in Missoula. He figures half of them will be broke, just like what happened to those service stations on the Highway 93. Between here and town, there used to be about 8 or 9 of them. They're all gone. They don't know there's one way down there in Brook Street. I forgot about that.
Tell me about the days in the Yak when you were young.
Huh?
Tell me about when you were young and you were up in the Yak.
I was young.
Yeah, tell me some of those stories.
Oh, this is the good old days. When I lived in Kalispell, my dad was a supervisor, so he always had a job for me in the summer because the government knows how to skim government money. They're the only outfit that carries grass seed on their trucks when they get through the fire. I never heard of them ever putting one out, but then my dad was a big shot in the Great Northern Railroad, which at that time it was the main line. Kalispell was the main line originally. Then they built the route clear up Eureka and run that way. So I always had a job because I'd walk down the alleys and pick up scrap. It was getting like 85 cents a pound for copper, and brass was about $1 and something. And the whiskey bottles, the little hip types, they got 85 cents. So I put that money, I had a vase on the fireplace. Oh, when we lived here in Missoula, and my sisters used to borrow money. I only had 6 of them at the time. They borrow money and write an IOU, and they all paid me back. And I always had a job. Of course, hell, I was going to school up there. You got to remember that. In Kalispell, when we moved to Kalispell, I was just in the 2nd grade. And then my one sister was a big shot in the local library, and I go over and mow the lawn, and it was easy to make money in those days. If you was, nobody paid any money, but you could get by. Hell, $1 an hour was big money. It still is if you got cash.
Tell me about the time that you and your dad were in the car and you ran into the grizzly bear. Remember, you ran into a grizzly bear and he attacked your car? The grizzly bear?
Who?
The grizzly bear that attacked your car. Oh, tell me about that.
Well, my dad was a Dodge fan. They had 1923, and I was born in 1950. And we lived up the Yak, and the Yak River is full of silver-tipped grizzlies, which is the meanest animal on the face of the earth. I think they could go after a whale and kill it. Anyway, Dad had this 23 Dodge. Dodge had fenders on them built like a Sherman tank. And we were going up to a ranger station up the Yak River towards Canada. And Dad was driving. I didn't even drive. This thing had a 4-speed Dodge. It was a 4-cylinder. There was a big grizzly bear. It was crossing the road. And he stopped and looked at us right in the middle of the road. Dad come up. He just had a bumper, a pipe, a 2-inch bumper. And my dad, he comes up and bumps the damn grizzly on the butt. He turned around. He stood there. Then he made a pass. He hit the left side of the car with the grizzlies are strong. Then he went like this, and the old radiator sailed. It busted, tore right off the goddamn front of the. That's when radiator sit right in front.
Yeah.
And that damn radiator. Dad had a hitchhike home, and he had an old 1918 Dodge. He had to take it down to Troy to get it fixed.
Tell me about the time
That damn bears are all dangerous.
Tell me about the time we're in the Ross Forest.
Huh?
Tell me about the Ross Forest.
Oh, well, see, my dad was in the Forest Service, and the Ross Forest was giant cedars. It was one of the biggest forests at that time. It had more trees than it had sequoia trees in California. But anyway, Dad was an environmentalist. So the government, they contracted out to a guy named Peter Kiewit in Spokane. He had these 12-foot chainsaws. He's going to cut down all those trees. And my dad made him mad. He went up there, he had a gun. And they had those Rio trucks that shot all the radiators off. And Then he made up this story. He had a 32 Dodge that he was against the law to buy a car on time, and ran it back to the Forest Service. So I got checking it out, and I talked to a lot of people. I found out he shut the radiators off, and they instantly killed him. That was in about in March of 1905. As near as and they canned him, and that's when he got on with the Northern Pacific Railroad. They bought out. They had Plum Creek and the NP Land Department was one and the same thing there. Now they're bleeding the government out of money, and they're going to sell all their land and make homesteads out of it. So Dad he was up there, and he lost his job. Well, it was the best thing because Forest Service, they only paid you $3 a day, and you had to furnish your own horses. And hay in those days was high too. But that was a good thing. Then that's when we moved. After that happened, Dad moved down. We moved down to Missoula, and my older sister, she enrolled in the university, and we stayed in a sorority house for about 3 years before we found a place to live in down on 3rd Street. That was tough time. Oh yeah. Then after the war was over, I talked to a friend of mine. His name was McCormick. He was going with one of my sisters. He has a ranch right on Highway 2, right on the border, about half a mile from the Montana-Idaho border. So I used to fly up there, and so he told me, he had dozer, he told me about a landing strip. So I'd fly up there on weekends and fish the Kootenai River. It was one of the best fishing streams in the world. It still is. They had ling cod, they had virgin sturgeon, and they had in August, you could go down there and pull out lunkers. So I could land there, and he had an old clunker. I'd go down to 17 miles down the river where I used to do all the fishing. So I'd get my old clunker and drive down there and fish in August mostly. Because it's the rest of the time, about 9 months out of the year is winter up there, just like the Glacier Park. But another thing they had was those very big, what the hell are brown trout, about weighed around, average of 24. That was in the good old days when they overfish everything now. But then when we moved to Missoula, I did all my fishing in Rock Creek. Because Rock Creek is a dangerous stream, but it was full of fish. I guess it still is. But hell, they have a lot of lakes. Like there's a lake up north of Troy called Kilburn Lake, and that was only 7 miles from where we lived. And I used to go down there in August, and Dad always had a car to use, and fish for those Eastern Brook. It was full of all the lakes in Lincoln County are full of fish. There's a lot of lakes. That's the best goddamn place to live, because they only had one sheriff, and he was busy with those what the hell, Southerners that lived up in the valley, Doukhobors. They're worse than those Islamic people. They killed a lot of relatives, but on Pinkham Creek they still have about 100. One time, the FBI used to come up there to see everybody with a bootlegger, and they were checking for stills, and so my dad's mother had these those Forest Service phones, and she had I think her code was 2 shorts, 1 long, and 3 quick shorts, and that were warned that the FBI was coming up there to make a raid on their pastilles. So everybody shut them down. Well, now this story, I got it from Dad. He said, once in about, let's see, it was about 1924, according to him. The FBI came in there in a Ford, they always had Fords, and they went up the Yak, and that was the last. They stopped at Grandma's, and she's out of that coat that means put out your fires. They never came back. So the FBI had a big investigation. They came up there, 6 of them, and they had all these detectors, you know, magnetic detectors. They finally found that Ford car was buried in a field by a guy that had a still in his basement. So they dug it up, and there's all full of bullets by then. And what those Duca boys, they couldn't prove it, but they tried. They murdered those guys and buried them. They probably buried them alive and buried them. This guy that had that still had those. He had a big TD-18. He dug it, and they could prove that anybody that did that had to have a method of burying a car. That was a Ford car. In those days, it was a pretty good sized automobile. But they did that a couple of times. The goddamn Yak River, for example, somewhere about about 19, I guess, that was about 10 or 12, a bunch of bank robbers, they dynamited the tracks down there. From Troy to Libby is 17 miles. So there's a bridge across a little creek that comes in from the south, and those guys dynamited that bridge out, and the train had to stop, and they had about $3 million in gold. They're going to a bank in Spokane. So they held up the train and got that money. Then they doubled back to Libby, and my dad lived on this ranch that was out of Troy, excuse me. And these road agents, or guys that held up the bank, they went in his chicken house and got all these chickens, and they lost a gun in there. There was a Colt automatic long barrel. Well, the FBI and from Chicago came out there. Those guys, anyway, they said those road agents went in Spokane and had all that money, and they had a hell of a time. Then they doubled back and they came down to Libby. Well, in Libby, the sheriff was a guy named Jesse Becker. He was about as good with a gun as anybody. He was deadly. These damn road agents came back in by rail. They got out of Libby, and the word got around that they were all down in Great Northern Depot having dinner. So they called back that sheriff. He went down there. He couldn't. All the rest of the guys were out working because Lincoln County is the biggest county in the state of Montana, about bigger than the state of Montana, actually, almost. And those damn road agents found out. They came out with guns and they started shooting at everyone right out on the platform to the south of the depot. Well, he was so good. He shot got 6 of them, killed 6 of them all by himself. That was the headlines, the Chicago Tribune and the New York Times. That guy was a dead. He was one of these guys that was handy with guns. And the sheriff of any other county never came into Lincoln County because they didn't want to have to go through that. But those damn road agents all died. And Dad got that gun. They lost that gun in a chicken house, and that was the one my sister Lane one time. He built my granddad at a brand new house, and my sister Allison set it on fire when it was brand new and it burned down. There's always something to do up there. Yeah. My dad 60 acres of hay meadow, and then he raised wine and sap apples, and they all went to the Great Northern, and they for their, and potatoes for their meals on wheels. Yeah, the Great Northern used to serve. They had a hell of a dining car. And they'll come back. Hey, if they ever get this goddamn treasure here, you're sort of able to go back and forth by rail.